on a surface, they all look similar, but when we look really closely, like which animation actually did nail also the locations here. Hey, in this video, we will talk about Opus and also all the new models out there, how they perform basically. So I will run down a comparison between all 4 new top models, and by the end of the video I will also share a platform that we just created with Opus, which is completely for free, so that you can also create your own animations. For that we will use Remotion.dev. You probably have heard of it because it get quite popular over the last couple of weeks, and to install it and to run on it's quite simple. But this is not a how-to video because there are plenty, but you just go to their website. You can even just give the homepage to Claude Code and say, you know what, install it for me, and you are ready to go. And it's completely for free. Now, their popularity started, I think, with a quite viral post they did on Twitter. And since then, a lot of people were talking. I have talked about Remotion already, like before all the hype, even though a lot of people were talking about like Remotion and how good it is, how it will replace everything. To be honest, I haven't seen like a lot of good examples out there that are actually looking good. Like you see those, like how this will replace my editor, but then the next day they are using something completely different and don't use any fancy Remotion animation anymore. If you don't know where to start, how to write good animation prompts, just go to Remotion. They have actually like some showcases which you can just directly copy their prompts, but they don't have a lot of showcases. For that, you just go to any existing React component library like you find here or on other libraries. So what you have on a component library is you can find inspiration. Now you have to know and understand those inspirations are actually written for a website. React is a framework which you can actually apply for your website. So it's not written for motion graphic artists there, but you can copy the prompt and ask Claude like, hey, I like the style. Create something for me in this style here. And you can just browse around here and try to get some inspirations. And even though some are with a hover, but you still can apply the same animation and you have already a great starting point here. So I think this is always a great starting point, and they have again like plenty of things you can use here. So if you like this here, for example, take it, ask Claude Code, hey, do this animation for me. After briefing Claude that I want to do this test, this is basically what Claude came up with. Of course, I have explained what I need. Should install it first, then it should look for the right skills, and it prepares like specific motion graphic elements so that we can really see what provider actually creates the best possible designs here. Okay, so on the left corner here, we have Opus 4.7, and that just released yesterday. Then here on the right side, we have Antigravity with Gemini 3.1. On the left corner here, we have Codex with GPT 5.4 on the extra high fast mode. So I'm trying really to do everything on max, so as good as possible, as fast as possible. And then on the right corner down here, we have GLM 5.1. They actually also have released their new agent mode. So before you had your editor, so it's still there, where you can input your message. But I'm actually also curious to see how the agent mode is working, because I have lately spent so much time just working really on Claude Code and used like Windsurf to test new models, to debug stuff. But now with the new agent mode, I'm also excited to see how this is also working. I was letting now all the models work basically. As you can see here, this is working already since 12 minutes, and the other models are also working. We can see that basically Gemini is already done, but the other models here are not. GLM 5.1 took actually a staggering 38 minutes. So it was, I think, having some problems and fix those bugs, which why it took like really that much longer while all the other providers were done. And here we have the results. What we can see already here, Claude Code was actually the only one that rendered here the frames. Like we can see here exactly the frame timeline. All other providers did it not. Now let's start here really with the most complex animation, and that's the map animation. And we can see here, like on a surface, they all look similar, but when we look really closely, like which animation actually did nail also the locations here. So Berlin on the Antigravity map is correct, but Manila and where it's pointing, like this dot here, is not. So I would say, even though every model like was a one-shot, like we gave it a huge prompt and it looked for the own skills and reiterate after done, I think I would say in terms of like accuracy, only Claude Opus 4.7 and actually GLM 5.1 nail it. We can look here at the location. It's pretty small, but it is actually quite accurate here. The locations of Berlin and Manila are correct, and we can see here on Opus, it's also correct. And I actually like Opus the most here. It's also nice that it's not crossing it. So it's still like a nice design here. And when we look here at GPT, it completely miscalculated Berlin here. But again, like it's great to see that it's actually working. Also Manila is wrong. So yeah, all in all, Opus definitely was winning the hardest test here, because I can say for sure creating map animation usually took always a little bit more iteration to nail everything on a map animation. But you can see here one shot, and Opus 4.7 really delivered here. So let's just go to the other titles and let's have a quick rundown here. Okay, here we have the simple title card animation, and unfortunately I'm not able to play them all at the same time, but I think we can have a look here what you like the most. Again, like this is really preference choice, although if I have to pick one, I guess I would choose actually GLM 5.1 here. Let's go to the lower third. We can see that on Antigravity, it did it with a transparent background. Antigravity would win in this one here, but I think the others are actually also decent. Let's move on to the next. Okay, here we have a simple counter ticker. And I think there is no real winner here. All look the same. It's like literally a preference choice. Here we have a simple list animation. I haven't read the full prompt actually. I just gave like Claude a list of give me possibilities we could showcase. I don't know which one actually is closest to the prompt, but just from looking at it, if there was no suggestion to create any orange dots, I would actually prefer Gemini the most here. Let's go to the next. Nice, simple scene animation. I don't think GPT did a good job. It like has a bug here. Here we have the line chart here, a simple growth curve with some basic animation, a simple donut chart here. And of course, you can always reiterate, look at for yourself what you prefer the most here. Again, I think all are usable. Now to the last animation here. I have this time a preference, and this is Claude Opus again. And I have to say, most of the time, I really prefer Claude Opus, and surprisingly, GLM 5.1. I think all in all, every model actually did a good job here, and I think you can work with every model. It really doesn't matter. You have already a ChatGPT subscription. You don't need to use Claude Opus for that, because GPT will also get the job done. Maybe it takes more iteration, but what I can definitely see is like Claude Opus 4.7 is definitely the best model here when it comes to generating like complex animation, because again, like for me, the gold standard in testing stuff like that is always like how good can it create a map animation here? How accurate are the coordinates? And I think really here Claude Opus did the best job. One shot. This is freaking good and very nice, considering like we gave this long prompt and it was working for 10 to 12 minutes here without any iteration or any feedback. Okay, so as you saw, it's super easy now to really set up Remotion, and this is not the video about how to set up Remotion. There are plenty of videos out there. I actually have already also created a video about the Remotion. Now you can do really much more with Remotion, change properties, and you can change also and do a sequence and so on. Again, this is not a how-to video, but okay, like even though it's simple, there are still a lot of things actually that you need to know in order to make something look good. Of course, there are Remotion skills and they help you a ton. But I thought, okay, why not take the learned concepts and create something simpler for those who don't own the code here? Because let's face it, you are working on your templates here, but let's say you are working with a team member and you want to share something. Now it's becoming harder and harder to maintain it. That's why we thought like, all right, let's build a simple marketplace which operates basically for free and even simpler without any technical knowledge, in a way that you can save stuff, you can share stuff, and you can build basically everything you need. Now this year, is like a very young project, and I will give the link in the description. So if you're interested, play around with it. It's for free. You can use your own Google Gemini keys. But what we can do here is actually go and use existing templates and build whatever we like and change also. So for example, let's just say I like this animation here. Now I can tweak it. So I can now change the name here. Hi. Okay. If I need more settings, of course, I can play around here. Like, for example, let's change here the amount for North America. And as we can see, we have the same animation and we change it. So that basically means like we can now start to create animations and look for actually good animation and inspiration, because creating a simple bar chart like this is nothing special. But if you are really spending time creating something great, that's really where I think Marketplace will help a lot, because it's really about taste and sometimes you don't know what you like. So you have first to discover it. And let's just go and open here our workstation where we saved our items basically. And now we have this view here where we can start to copy someone. So if you generate something, you can then start to remix it, create your own version, or you just use it as it is again and save it into your library. And the more the library grow, the better for everyone, because now we can just share like good examples here. We can change the name. Hi, this is Theo. Perfect. And we can change any label. We can change the amount. We can even change the colors here. And we will also do one example here so that you see like really how simple it is. So now you have basically the same animation here, but you are done. You can load your brand kits and render it. How does this work here? So the first thing is, in order for us to give it for free, we cannot pay for your API keys. But Google offers like literally free credits every single day, like 20 generations for free. Like you don't have to pay any subscription or no Claude code, nothing. So the only thing you have to do is go to Google AI Studio, create your own API key, and then copy it. Go to the website here and basically paste in your key here. Just use your free key and it should be ready to go. Of course, you can also use Open Router if you want GLM 5.1 or Claude Opus. We will not include more providers because I think that's enough, especially like right now. This is like really just for testing to play around if it makes sense or not, because it was just planned to build like an internal tool for our co-workers and editors we are working with. But then I thought like it actually would be better actually to do like a marketplace here where we all can just share. And those were again like randomly generated items here, but we can go and edit them all. Okay, but let's start actually creating something, and we just go here to create. And there are already like specific prompts. You also can load up like a specific style. We will add definitely more types here. What it's doing, it's basically like every style has its own skill basically, so that we pull in the skill based on what you want. Of course, you can just leave it blank and write something like I need a map XYZ, or you just pick here like I need a world map. Okay, let's start. And again, we are using the cheapest model here, Gemini 3 Flash. But because the prompts are quite extensive, it's actually doing a good result here. So let's just create one from New York to Tokyo. All right, let's do this dummy example here. We have the map. We have, of course, the source code as well, which we can copy or change whatever. Like we can now start to change the background. We can render it. We can build our own asset library here. And again, like all for free. And we can start to change the destinations. Let's maybe do the map itself, like maybe a little bit brighter, and the borders, I don't know, like in red, to make it a little bit more obvious here. Okay, now we have changed the style, and if we are not happy, we can of course refine it and change the destination. What it will basically do here, it's changed, like it takes the code and do a request, and now it's like changing the destination if we like. But if you, for example, like to use your own Claude code and like you just want to store basically your ideas, you can actually also import it directly here. So you can import your schema here, and you just have to follow those schema into those 3 different specific areas here. So we have the input schema, we have the metadata, and of course like how it should look like, the React file basically here. And as you can see, this here is also dynamic. So we can do here, hello, hi, hi. Okay. And now we can import it here. But again, because we are very strict with the format, this is what you then have to do. Ask Claude Code to import it in this specific way here. By recording this video, we have literally 0 users, and I'm just putting it out there. And maybe I will take it down if it's like crashing or whatever, but I just thought maybe that's helpful for some of our co-workers. We will definitely use this internally because you can really do a lot of nice stuff, even if you are just rendering like background animation, like where you maybe want to create like a lot of particles. You could technically do also even like simple background animations. You can use it for whatever use case you have in mind here. And of course, you can then render it as well. We can see it, like even the preview into different formats here is already useful. It's like auto adjusting. Again, like maybe not perfect in any sense. So yeah, play around, add it to your own collection and give us feedback here. I think it makes everything quite simple for you. Again, like you can change everything, remix it your way, and you also have the code which you can take for yourself. I think no matter for what use case you use it, but keep in mind this application is like literally 2 days old. So there will be like bugs. For that, we have this simple bug tracker or ideas tracker. We would be happy for feedback, any idea suggestion. So this is built on top of Remotion so that we use their render system and their framework. But if you take the code, you can actually plug and play it into your Remotion without any problems. It's working. And yeah, we would of course happy for any feedback here, and let's build out this stuff here, even though it might have a lot of bugs. Again, it's 2 days old, but don't forget to subscribe. I will definitely do another video, and let's see how this will develop here.